Imagine walking in the desert and suddenly hearing this sound behind you. That sound means danger. But what if being this dangerous actually makes life worse? The sun beats down, the earth cracks, the air shimmers with heat. This is the desert, a place of stark beauty and unforgiving truths. Here, life moves to an ancient, slow rhythm. Shadows stretch and shrink. The wind whispers secrets through canyons, across vast, empty plains. It is a world that seems almost alien, a landscape painted in shades of ochre, rust, bleached bone. In this silent theater, every creature plays a part, locked in a timeless drama of survival. Imagine you are walking here. The grit crunches under your boots. The horizon seems to go on forever. This creature, a masterpiece of evolution, synonymous with fear. Its name conjures images of sudden strikes and deadly venom. But this symbol of peril is also profoundly vulnerable. It's life, a constant, desperate struggle. It is not an aggressor seeking conflict. It is a patient survivor, waiting. It waits for the heat to pass. It waits for the scent of prey. It waits for the shadow of a predator to move on. Its existence is one of conservation, saving energy, avoiding notice. The feared rattle is not a war cry, but a plea. A desperate signal into the indifferent wilderness. A message. I am here. Please do not tread on me. Please, let me be. The rattle is a miracle of natural engineering. It is made of interlocking segments of keratin, the same material as our fingernails. Each time the snake sheds its skin, a new segment is added at the base. When the snake vibrates its tail, these hollow, loosely connected segments click against each other. They create that unmistakable, chilling sound. This is not a call to battle. It is a warning system, evolved to prevent costly and dangerous confrontations. A signal meant to de-escalate, to give a potential threat a chance to back away. Of all the threats a rattlesnake faces, none is more pervasive or unpredictable than the human. When a person hears that distinctive buzz, the reaction is almost always visceral. It is a deep, primal fear. The unseen, the sudden, the venomous. This fear often eclipses reason, compassion, curiosity. For many, the only good rattlesnake is a dead one. Not a meeting between species sharing space, but an invasion, a lethal monster that must be eliminated. This response is swift and often brutal. People reach for whatever is at hand: shovel, heavy rock, stick, rake, vehicle. The goal is simple: to kill the snake. No thought for the snake's perspective. No consideration, it was likely there first, hiding, trying to stay out of the way. The rattle, a warning to create distance, interpreted as aggression, a challenge met with overwhelming force. The snake's plea for space becomes its death sentence. This plays out thousands of times a year. Family picnic, hiker on a trail, homeowner in a yard. People rarely stop to think the snake does not want to bite. A bite is a last resort, costly in energy and risk. The tragedy is misunderstanding. We see a deadly threat. The snake sees a giant predator it cannot escape. In this clash of fears, the snake almost always loses. The desert is a place of profound emptiness. It can seem devoid of life, a barren expanse of sand and rock. But life is here. Hidden, patient, sparse. For a predator like the rattlesnake, scarcity defines existence. Food does not come easily. A meal is a rare and precious event. It is a master of patience. It must wait, days, even weeks, perfectly still, conserving every last calorie. It becomes part of the landscape, dappled light, shadow, an ambush predator relying on surprise. When prey approaches, mouse, kangaroo rat, small rabbit, the snake strikes with incredible speed, faster than the eye can follow. It injects venom, releases, then follows scent, a strategy to avoid injury. But success is far from certain. A pass out of range, a betraying wind, a miss. A single failure drains precious energy. A rattlesnake can go many months without eating. This is survival, not thriving. Every movement is a calculation. Every calorie hoarded, for the hunt, for growth, for the venom it must produce. Section 5. Hunted from all sides, the predator's gaze. While the rattlesnake is a formidable predator, it is also prey. The web of life is tight, hunter and hunted. Danger can come from any direction. From the sky, red-tailed hawks, eagles, spotting a coil from hundreds of feet, striking in a silent, lethal dive. On the ground, coyotes, foxes, bobcats, even raccoons pose a threat. The bold roadrunner dances, dodges, tires the snake, then delivers a killing blow. And the king snake, immune to rattlesnake venom, hunts them relentlessly. Camouflage and stillness are the snake's best defenses, yet the young, born small with only a silent button, face impossible odds. The desert sun is a source of life and an instrument of death, As an ectotherm, it depends entirely on the environment to regulate body temperature. It cannot generate its own heat. To become active, to digest, to strike, it must absorb warmth from the sun. Basking is a moment of vulnerability, exposed to open skies and eyes. By midday, the sun becomes a tyrant. Ground temperatures soar to lethal levels. Caught in the open, it can overheat and die. It survives by finding shade, slipping into burrows or deep rock fissures, a careful dance between too cold and too hot. Water is the other great challenge. Standing water is rare and fleeting. They conserve water by excreting uric acid and absorbing moisture from prey, adaptations stretched thin by drought. Dehydration weakens body and senses, making hunting harder and predation more likely. At the mercy of weather, a cold night slows escape. A week of heat traps it in shelter, unable to hunt. In the unforgiving world of the rattlesnake, there is almost no room for error. Survival is lived on a razor's edge. A single small miscalculation can mean death. A misjudged distance leads to a missed strike. Days more of hunger and energy drained. Weakness slows the next hunt, and escape becomes less likely. One tiny error can start a downward spiral. Choose a shallow crevice. No relief from midday sun. Choose an occupied hole. You've crawled into a trap. Pick the wrong ground pattern. A hawk's eye will find you. Even defense has risks. Bite a large animal and you might break a fang. Infection or impaired hunting follows. Venom is precious. Using it takes time and energy to replenish. Until then, you're a less capable hunter. Life is a chain of moments. In our world, small mistakes teach lessons. In the rattlesnake's world, they are often the final lesson. For millennia, rattlesnakes have perfected living in a brutal world, but not one paved with asphalt or suburbs. Today, the relentless expansion of the human world fragments and destroys their habitat at an alarming rate. Roads cut hunting grounds. Warm asphalt at dusk is a fatal temptation. Countless snakes die each year. Housing and farms pave over shelters and divert scarce water. Snakes are pushed into smaller pockets, forced into more contact with us. When a snake appears in a yard or garage, it is not invading. It has been displaced. Encounters rarely end well for the snake. There are glimmers of hope, relocations, protected corridors, education that teaches coexistence and respect for the warning rattle. But the tide is strong. For many populations, their world is shrinking, and their future is uncertain. We began in the silence of the desert, with a sound that signals danger. But the story of that sound is more complex and more tragic than we imagine. The rattlesnake's life is quiet, desperate struggle, hunger, constant pursuit, an unforgiving environment. The rattle is a tool for survival that can also invite danger. The venom is a costly resource. Its nature makes it persecuted. To see only a monster is to miss its beauty, fragility, and dignity. When we hear that sound, perhaps we can feel a flicker of empathy. Understand that its display is not a threat, but a sign of vulnerability, a life of patience, hunger, and fear under a punishing sun. Sometimes being dangerous doesn't make life easier. It just makes you a target.